Hi guys, I'm Rex King. Welcome back to another episode where I review films currently in theaters. Today we're talking about The Last Voyage of the Demeter. So The Last Voyage of the Demeter is directed by Andre Overdahl and is based off a chapter in Bram Stoker's popular book Dracula called The Captain's Log, which features the boat Demeter taking crates from Romania to England. Inside those crates is Dracula, and during the nights, he picks off the crew one by one. In the movie, we focus on the crew of the Demeter as they board with the crates that secretly contain Dracula and take on a few new crew members, including Clemens, played by Corey Hawkins, who joins the crew as a doctor. He instantly starts to get to test and show off his skills when they find a stowaway, and at that same time, the crew starts to see some weird stuff and starts to get picked off one by one. So, yeah, this film is based off a Dracula chapter, and it's one of the more interesting Dracula chapters as it's more action oriented as Dracula just tears through this crew one by one. So it's kind of interesting that we finally get to see this story on the big screen, and I like the idea of it focusing on the crew of the Demeter, as we have had a lot of movies focus on Dracula. That being said, this movie is really a paint by numbers monster movie. The crew isn't really given that much interesting personality, and the situation isn't really that different from other monster movies of the same ilk. And Dracula here could have been replaced by any other monster and would have had this same effect. Now, that being said, I do like the moody atmosphere that the film did go for, and I do like a monster movie, so this wasn't a bad watch per se, but I did feel like it could have been a lot better, especially since this is based off Dracula lore, and I'm a huge fan of that particular story. Then we have the characters, which don't help the story that much, as none of them are all that interesting and aren't really given a ton of characterization. The closest we get is Clemens and the captain, played by Liam Cunningham, and they're both interesting characters, and I feel like if we had just focused on those two, it would have made a much better film, but we have to focus on the entire crew, as we need to care when these people start getting picked off one by one. Problem is, as far as characterization goes, most of the crew is really not important, and we don't really get to know them as well as I wish we could have. Then we have the performances, and I gotta say, the performances are probably the best part of this movie, as every actor in this film is doing an amazing job of what they've been given. Liam Cunningham is amazing as our captain, Corey Hawkins is an amazing job as Clemens, and David Dalsmakia, I apologize if I mispronounced that name, is brilliant as the first mate who doubts the doctor and just wants to just get to England. And I really like how he played this character. And I really like him as an actor, so I'm glad he's continuing to get some really cool roles here. Again, I just wish they were given more to work with. As far as visuals are concerned, I gotta say I really like the feel of this movie. It is darker as far as lighting is concerned, which usually bugs me, but I think it works to the film's advantage, as it allows the monster to really just kind of be hard to see, and leaves a lot to our imagination until later on in the movie when we fully get to see Dracula in his realized form. I just really wish there was something about this creature that screamed Dracula. To me, he seems more of Nosferatu, the monster that was inspired by Dracula but isn't Dracula. This is more of just Dracula being a pure monster Dracula, not the cunning, calculating beast of a being that he is. And to me, when we're getting a good Dracula story, it's when we focus on when we see Dracula being as cunning and as masterful as a manipulator as he really is. This movie, he's just a pure monster, and It's fine. It doesn't scream Dracula, and you could have replaced this with literally any other monster. The music is pretty standard. There's nothing really to talk about here. It's your standard horror monster movie stuff. And to be honest, that's my opinion on the movie. This movie is standard. Now, to me, who likes monster movies, this was a good first time watch. Do I want to see it again? Maybe during Halloween, but right now it's just not really something I would race back out to see. It's fine and it's not terrible, but I just don't think it's anything special. So at the end of the day, I'm going to give The Last Voyage of the Demeter a 5 out of 10. It is a standard movie, and if you like monster movies, you are going to find something here you enjoy. If you don't, I got nothing. Anyway, that's what I thought about The Last Voyage of the Demeter. What do you think about it if you've seen it? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you next time.